Last year was where the confidence resides. This year, we're gold digging. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, y'all, I know it has been a minute. So I only put out one video last week, y'all. And when I tell y'all I was super busy last week. Last week was very productive. So just know more to come. I am going to get on a schedule, y'all. I promise I'm going to do that. But y'all know how it is when you working and you trying to have a work-life balance as well as just chill. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I have been obsessed with watching Selling Sunset. Y'all know Ozark literally came out on the 21st and I'm already done. So if y'all have not watched Ozark yet, y'all need to go ahead on and finish that. Y'all know Power. Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was working, I was getting stuff done, but when I tell y'all, I was also catching up on these shows. And Euphoria is up next. I cannot wait to see just how this season unfolds. But I wanted to start off the video with telling y'all what I have been up to, and I still have some good news to tell you guys, but I'm gonna tell you guys next week. And we're gonna do a lot of fun things in the month of February dealing with like Black History Month, Valentine's Day, all of the above, and I'm traveling soon, so stay tuned for that, guys. Anyway, those of you guys who are new to this channel and y'all like, what is this girl talking about? I did not come here for this. Hey y'all, I have to give my A1 Day Ones an update because baby, we gotta know what's going on. So I wanted to pop this Monday off. Yes, I am filming this right now. I'm gonna put this out today. I wanted to pop this day off with a story time. So y'all know Iman does my nails. Me and Iman was hollering, y'all, the other day. When I tell y'all we was going in, we talk on the phone every day. But man, when I tell you it was so funny because I was like, you know what? Let me do a little cute story time. So y'all, how I want to start this story time off is I want to tell y'all, if you are young watching this, I feel like my channel is age appropriate. I don't think I have anything too raunchy. So if you like in a high school, maybe college, I think my channel is pretty appropriate. So hopefully you guys are watching it. If not, please encourage somebody to watch this that is young because it's funny stuff, but at the same time, it adds a lot of perspective when you get older because when you're young, literally you think middle school, elementary school, high school, even college is the end all be all. You're just like, oh, I'm not the beauty queen. I'm not the prom queen. I'm not the most popular. I didn't make a superlative list. Like all that stuff matters so much when you're young. Like you just feel like your life is over. Like I just remember so many times when I was in grade school, if I fell out with like my best friend for a day, I'm in the bathroom crying, thinking it's the end of the world. I would walk out and go to the lunchroom and I just feel like, oh my God, like nobody's gonna accept me. Like my career at being a freaking student was over. Like I just remember having so much anxiety for like the smallest things to like now where I'm an adult and me and my friend disagree or me and anybody disagree. I'm just like, girl, go ahead on. You know what I'm saying? Just my thought process and how I handle stuff now has completely changed, y'all. When I say completely changed, and I just thank God for that. So like I said, I was talking with Iman, and Iman and I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school together. And me and Tiara went to school, high school and college together. So it's just like the friends that y'all see on my channel, if y'all see them on my channel a lot, I just know I've known them for like 10, 15 plus years. Like I'm real big on loyalty and just keeping the same friends. So I want to throw that out there, but let me get into the story time, y'all. So I'm gonna tell y'all a few different stories because it's just a few different. So what I want to talk about in particular is when I was in middle school. So my mother, y'all didn't know, mom, don't be mad at me for telling your age a little bit. My mom is a baby boomer. I'm gonna say that. She's a baby boomer. So make a long story short, she was not a hip mom. My mama had me when she was 32. So with that being said, by the time I got to like middle school or high school, my mom was in her 40s. So with that being said, she didn't know what was cool back then. Like this was in the 2000s. This was like maybe 2005, 2002, 2004, 2005. It maybe 2005, 2006 in that area when I was like in the middle school. And my mama was not hip, y'all. Like, she was not the mom that knew what Jordans was. She wasn't on to Dickies. She didn't know Melissa's. Like, she just didn't know. She was just like, you know, she was shopping. My mom would go up in TJ Maxx or what's another store my mama used to bust down for me, like a Steinmart. She didn't know. So, like, even going to, like, the mall, my mama is not a mall person even to this day, because that wasn't, like, how she grew up. She grew up, you know, going to stores, boutiques, things like that sort. Like, malls was not something my mama did. My mom is from the country, so having a mall wasn't even a thing in where she was from. So, make a long story short, I just remember being like, Mom, I really want some Air Force Ones. This was around the time, if I'm not mistaken, I think Nelly, yeah, me too, I think that song had just came out or something. I was like, oh, I want some Forces. Like, I want some Air Force Ones. And all of the kids that Mom was kind of popping and young and knew what was going on, they all had them. They had them Forces. And I was walking around with like Felines. I think I had a pair of K-Swiss, or maybe, no, I never had a pair of K-Swiss. I just tried myself. I didn't have a pair of K-Swiss, but I did have Adidas. So, make a long story short, I was walking around with Adidas and Felines on. I'm like, Mama, you know what I'm saying? It's time for me to get some Forces. So, make a long story short, my mom was like, okay. Now, let me be clear. My mom and dad developed an amazing life for me. They definitely had money, okay? Like, I had the stuff that I needed, and we lived in a very nice home. Like, it was never none of that. So let me be clear on that first before I tell y'all this story. So my mom was like, okay, cool. So she then starts to look for me these shoes. Now, like I told y'all, my mom was not somebody who went to the mall. And my mom was not one of those moms that was like I think Forces was like $75 at the time, I think. To her, she was just like, why am I paying $75 for some shoes when I could get her some Felines? And that Felines probably was like $50 at the time. I don't remember, but I just remember Forces was never expensive back then. So my mom like, okay, I'm gonna get her some shoes. So y'all, so my mom, I don't know if you guys are familiar, and they're still around to this day. Like, my mom went to the flea market, y'all. She went to the flea market and bought me some Forces. So she came home with the Forces, and she was like bragging like, oh, girl, I got you these, and they was $40, and I got them from this place. It's a flea market down here. I forgot what the road was. But see, me, you know, I'm young. It's like I said, I knew what was going on as far as what to buy, but I didn't know what a flea market was. Like, I didn't realize at the time that a flea market 9 times out of 10 means that it's fake. Like, I didn't know. Hell, I just was happy she got me the Forces. I was like, oh, perfect. You didn't pay $75, you paid $40. Boom, let's run it. So, make a long story short, I could not wait, y'all. They was all white, crispy. So I'm like, all right, boom, I'm finna put these on. I'm finna go to school, and I'm about to be one of them ones. I'm about to be that girl, because like I said, they about to knock the mirror down. All the girls and all the guys, they had the Forces, and I'm like, I need to be, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in school, y'all, and I'm walking with my Forces. I'm feeling like that girl. So I had PE this day. I had PE, and I will never forget, y'all. Like, this was just a time where I felt very small. This is one of them times. So I walk in, and you know, I got my Forces on, and usually they'll tell you to change out, like go ahead and put your gym sneakers on so you don't mess with me. But I'm like, everybody got CDs. I'm keeping these on today. I ain't switching out. So I had my shoes on. I'm sitting on the bleachers. It was like me and some of my little homegirls. And so one of my friends at the time, like I said, she had a young mother. She always had on, not like nothing expensive, but more so just the latest. She was having the Dickies. She had the jersey dresses. She was that girl. So she had her Forces on too. So we sitting, we talking, we vibing. And so she kind of like looked down at my Forces. And then she look at hers. And then she look at mine again. And then she look at hers again. She was like, She was like, your Forces don't look like mine. So, mind you, with my prior knowledge of, okay, my mama said she paid $40. She said she got it from the flea market. All of those components then came to me rushing at once. when she said it around like a couple of other little, so they got to looking at my shoes. I feel like they got to giggling. I can't remember, this was so many years ago, but I remember feeling so embarrassed. Like literally my heart dropped down into my stomach and I was just like, oh my God, like I was embarrassed, y'all. So I literally, I don't even think I responded or said nothing, like, cause I was like kind of like I didn't know what to say, you know what I'm saying? I was like, So make a long story short, y'all, this is what I did. So they blow the whistle, say, all right, y'all, time to change out. My ass went in that locker room, took them goddamn forces off, threw them in the trash. Y'all, I dead ass went home that day with my sneakers on from gym, like basically my gym sneakers on. I walked up in that house and I never cussed at my mom, but I was hollering. I was like, mama, like crying, like, dang, you had me going to school looking whack. Like they was like talking about me, like they were really talking about me, more so just like, they probably like, what the hell, they probably will talk about me behind my back, like, hey, she walking up here with them fake ass Air Force Ones. Y'all, that was so embarrassing and I just will never forget that. So I wanted to tell that story first because, like, if you're young right now and you're watching this, and even if you're my same age and you've been there, done that, y'all, please leave a comment and maybe talk about something that happened to you while you was in grade school or even college, because so many times, like, we feel like that's the end all be all. Like, I literally saw an article, it was from Wesley Snipes, and I don't know if it was real, but the article basically said, like, he just felt like he was just nothing when he was in school. Like, he was like, I was ugly, nobody wanted me, blah, blah, blah. And I just thought that was the end of, that was it for me. And then he said, as opposed to now, as him as an adult, he just like, wow, I can't believe. It's just that part of your life, those 18 years of your life is so insignificant compared to the rest of the life you're gonna live. I just had to throw that in there real quick before I keep telling my stories, because I just remember one thing I won't forget, or you can't forget, is how something made you feel. And I remember how I felt that day. Like, I was the bottom of the shit. Like, I almost wanted to walk out of school with my, like, hiding myself because I was embarrassed. So I just want to throw that in there. So boom, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all another story. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna be honest. In my opinion, I would not say that I was fast. I feel like I was in the middle. I was in the middle. I wasn't having sex in middle school or nothing like that, but I did hang around a lot of girls who were. I'm gonna be honest. And a lot of times I found myself in interesting situations, because it's like if we're meeting up with friends and they know that they doing it, and then they ask me like, what you want? And I will always have to be like, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not trying to lose my virginity in middle school. Now I know some of y'all are gonna be like, girl, what? But like, I did not grow up in the city. I grew up in the country. And I feel like country living and city living is two different things. Now, I'm not I live in the city now, but I didn't grow up a city girl. So if you city girl, y'all let me know in the comments how y'all shit was. But for country girls, like, them girls was having sex at like 12. Like, seriously, I know this is kind of derogatory, so if you want to click off, or this is too much for you, you know, go ahead and fast forward or click off. But I'm just being honest, like, that's what was going on. So anyway, I say that to say, when I was in school, I had a lot of friends. My best friend in middle school, she had a baby in 7th grade. I will never forget that. And I to this day, I'm just like, wow, you know. But make a long story short, I'm telling y'all this story for a reason, or I'm getting to tell y'all this story for a reason. So I will never forget, like I said, I hung around fast girls and everybody was doing whatever. But there was one thing in particular, I may have been straight on some of those other things. I wasn't ready, but I was ready for this, y'all. So one of my homegirls, and I'm not gonna get no names because it's just like whatever, I don't even talk to these girls no more. I don't know what they got going on. But she would come to school and she would have on thongs, right? And she would have them pull all the way up her stomach. And I just remember all the boys used to be like, oh my God, and this and that. Be trying to pull her little thong, and she'd be like, stop it, and this and that, this and that. y'all, I'm embarrassed to say, but again, this is story time, so I'm just telling y'all what's going on. I was like, oh, I want them to do that to me. Oh, I want a thong. And like I told y'all, my mom was an older mom. My mama didn't grow up with that, and she just like, I didn't even ever ask my mama, like, hey, can you buy me some thongs? Like, I already knew what kind of conversation that was gonna be. Like, she was gonna knock my head off. No, ma'am. But my friend mother, she was young. Her mom was with the shits, and she was like, oh, yeah. So girl had, like, every color, used to say little things on the string. Like, she was just so advanced. And this in middle school, y'all. This is in middle school. That's the crazy thing. So if you're a mom right now watching this, and you wondering to yourself what your precious God-fearing daughter is doing, I'm not saying she's doing that. She may have been more like, you know, just had a better head on or like whatever, but y'all gotta be mindful of these little girls that be hanging out with y'all daughters, because I remember, but nonetheless, so again, this is one of my girlfriends, and I was like, girl, where you be getting these thongs from? And she was like, oh girl, my mama be buying them. And I was like, you think your mama could buy me a thong? And she was like, well, I don't have to, I'll just give you one of mine, some that I've never used. My mama, she just be buying them, and I just, whatever, you can have one that I've never used. And I was like, oh yes, okay, bet. So y'all, when I tell y'all, I was so excited. I had it all figured out. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to school with my regular panties on. As soon as I get in the bathroom, I'm gonna hit her up. She gonna give me the thong, but switch it out. And it's gonna be on and popping. I couldn't wait, y'all. I was just like, oh, we get so much attention. Like, this is just how, again, y'all have to understand, this is story time, and this is just what I was thinking about. This is what I was thinking about. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. So make a long story short, I will never forget, it was the next day, y'all. Me and this girl did not have class together. We only had gym together. So I was scanning, looking. I was looking for her with a flashlight. I'm like, where is this girl at? She got my thong. I'm ready to pop out. What's going on? So make a long story short, I finally see her, and I'm like, all right. Like, I'm on the edge of my seat, like, all right, girl, come on. She was like, yeah, I didn't bring none. And I was like, why? Like, am I missing something? We talked about this, sis. Where's my thongs? She was like, oh, well, I tried to put them in my bag. My mama seen it. My mama was like, that's nasty. You ain't taking them. Her mama need to buy her some. Mind y'all, when she said this, another episode where she said this in front of a few people, I'm just like thinking to myself, like, girl, you is telling, why the whole little locker room got to know what we got going on, first of all, and second of all, like, I just feel like, once again, it's just crazy. So that's just another little story that happened to me when I was in middle school, y'all. Just crazy little story times. Another thing me and Iman talked about, which was so funny, and this is the last little story that I want to tell y'all. And I'm gonna tell y'all some things that happened to me when I was in high school and college, but that's gonna be in a whole nother video, because majority of the craziness, really majority of the crazy stuff that happened to me probably happened to me in college. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to like literally write some stuff down so that I don't forget, because whatever. So me and Iman was also talking about how when we were in school, it was so cool to be bald-headed. And I know y'all probably like, girl, what? But it's like, now that I think about it, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I used to envy the girls who would put their hair up in a ponytail, and then in their ponytail be having, it be like this sticking up. I didn't know, like, this is how again, the whole purpose of me doing this video is to have a kind of funny story time, but also tell y'all how we look at things and we just think to ourselves like, oh my God, like, I want to be this, I want to have that. And it's just like, girl, this is just, it's just crazy. But I would just never forget, like, so when I was in school, I was wearing my hair in ponytails, my ponytail will always just kind of lay. Like, let me show y'all like what I mean by that. Like, this was my ponytail. My ponytail would lay and just be here. But the girls that I wanted to be like, they ponytails was kind of like this, and then it would just sprout up. Like, it would sprout out and it just be hanging on their little head like this. And I thought that was so cute. And I was like, oh my God, why my ponytail don't do that? And I didn't know that the reason why my ponytail didn't do that is because my hair was not broken off. You know what I'm saying? Like, my hair was not broken off. So I said bald head. They wasn't bald headed. Their hair was just broken off. They was not taking care of their hair, and they were able to have that little sprout. And I was like, that's so cute. And so y'all, I literally would take a pin, like I would get a pin, and I would pin the middle of my ponytail, like in the middle, like so that it would sprout out at the top. And y'all, anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little story time. I just feel like, you know, the moral of this story is like, kids do some crazy things just to fit in. And if you are young watching this, even in you're in your adult life and you see something like somebody got this, got that going on, let me try. You just never know. You never really know what that's about. And it's like we go so hard trying to be like somebody else or fit in or have whatever going on, and then it's just like in reality it's just like that ain't it. Or not even if that's not it, it's just like it's your time is gonna come. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this little story time. It's Monday, so everything is going up. I'm going out to eat later on today with my best friend Tiara. So I am going to vlog us eating. It's a restaurant here. They just opened up, I think, a week ago. So I'm gonna vlog the experience, and then we'll probably have a little girl chat. So I'll probably actually put that out either tomorrow or Wednesday. So if y'all see the same outfit, don't be alarmed because I'm not changing. I'm keeping this on. But love y'all so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this story time. Again, leave a comment if you went through some things. Like, let's talk about some of the things you may have done while you was in school, just to try to appease others or whatever the case may be. Leave a comment down below and I'll do more story times. I got so much stuff to tell y'all. Some things I'm really embarrassed by, but this channel is all about being transparent, and I'm gonna give y'all what y'all looking for. So without further ado, love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.